Hello, DAZED Korea. I'm Sangheon Lee. Today I'll be preparing pork kimchi stew, known as kimchi찌개 in Korean. I've never actually made it before in my life, but it's always first time. It's always a good thing to do that. I always wanted to cook Korean food, but I just didn't imagine doing it on camera. So they've kindly gave me all this nice ingredients that I've asked for. And should I just go in? Okay, I'll just go in. But before that, let me wash my hands. I mean, it's the most classical dish you can introduce to your foreign friends. When you're outside of Korea, you likely always have that need to have kimchi or Korean food, right? Or something just kicks you in the throat. And I think kimchi stew or kimchi찌개 does that. It's moving. See that? It's moving. I'm like, ah. I got into cooking because I remember in university, I just wanted to have some good Korean food. I just wanted to have good food in general. Eating out is always an option, but if I can eat it whilst I can make it, then that's also a good experience. So I thought, yeah. When I'm alone, I think maybe some pasta. Pasta is always good to cook. Yeah, carbonara is like the most I cooked. When I was in university, classic carbonara can never go wrong, actually. Not gonna lie, this is quite risky, the fact that you guys are letting me cook. I'm handling knives here, like. So for kimchi찌개, I heard that the more meat you put in, obviously it just tastes better. I'm a huge meat guy, so I'm gonna put a lot of meat. Well, I mean, I didn't do a lot of cooking there, because all we did was stir some pot and then chop some ingredients. To do a whole dish on camera, first time for everything, right? But this is fun, I like it. I was gonna say, this is like new, but at the same time, fun. This is a very small board. I don't want to do it here. I'm sorry, I'm gonna use this. This is your first time filming a cooking thing in a magazine, and I'm your first guinea pig, is it? I'm sorry, I'm still preparing ingredients right now, but I'm sure I can do this as fast as possible. There's a lot of ingredients that you have to prepare for. I realize in Korean food, the ingredients is everything, because at the end of the day, you just put everything in and then it just works out. But that's a lot of kimchi. I'm gonna make a mess, I know it. Ah! I heard that kimchi찌개, you wanna use 시고, sour and quite fermented kimchi. So the more kimchi you put in, it's the best. If you got a kimchi pogi like this, like a whole cabbage, then if you wonder how much kimchi you're supposed to put in, I heard that just put maybe a quarter of what you have. So I'm just gonna put that much in. I knew I was gonna make a mess, but it is what it is. We're done. We're prepared. Let's go for it. I'm gonna use the fat that it's on the 목살. Pork fat is actually really good. It's actually better than other oils out there when you're making kimchi stew, I think. Pork belly. Korea does it so well. Beef, that's good as well. I don't think other places have good pork belly, if that makes sense. So I just put 새우젓갈. It brings out, it's very salty. So it brings out a lot of flavors for the broth and the pork that you cook. And then you got some garlic, put that in there. We're gonna put a bit of soy sauce. And then we're gonna add some chili powder. Two different types of chili powder. One is slightly thicker, and one is more it's more grinded out, if that makes sense. And once you put the chili powder in, you kind of lower the heat so it doesn't burn the chili. You put the water in. If you want to know how much water you put in, well, I feel like a lot of Asians definitely cooked enough ramen. That is how much water you put in. If you feel like the water is too much, that's fine. Again, let it boil and then the water will evaporate. and then you still have that flavor. Everything's going great. I feel like I'm telling this myself right now. And then I'm gonna put the kimchi. Holy there's a lot of kimchi in here. How am I gonna do this in the most unmessy way? Nah, it's already been done. If you don't know when to put the kimchi in order, that's fine, because at the end of the day, you just put everything in and it will just taste good, hopefully. So this is the part where I'm gonna let it settle and cook for a bit. The tofu, I'm gonna put it later after I slice it up. Yes, this would be the perfect time for questions. The dish I love to cook most is like pasta, because it's easy and also it's less messy. I was gonna say my mom, my dad, my sister, Gordon Ramsay, because I feel like he will shit on my dish whilst I'm cooking, and I'll be like, F off. Do you know what? All the chefs that I can think of, like real life chef like Gordon Ramsay, and 2 film characters from Chef, Bradley Cooper, one called Burnt. I really enjoyed that film because apparently it showed a lot of how an actual kitchen works. Best dish to cook for a date, pasta. Personally, I would have not avoided that position. I mean, damn, my first thought would be jumping out of the plane, but I can't do that. So let's make this funny now. As in like, you know, let's try to laugh this off. And I would maybe talk about different things. Like I would ask her questions like, why do you not like me? Like, I don't know, I would rather be very front with it. I would just rather be like, oh, is there a few things that you didn't like, or what's so not appealing? I don't know, I would just ask her things that would get my mind off something else, but not walk off like how Minho did. I'm not gonna walk off and be like, go up to stewardess, oh, is there any first class tickets that is available? The stewardess will look at me like, excuse me, so you gotta go back to your seat. I'll be like, yeah, I know, but just help me out here. You know what, that would be fun. As in like, who knows that he actually booked 2 tickets? You get what I mean? Like, I'm not sure if he's that wise, but imagine he booked 1 economy and 1 first class ticket. And then he thought, if things work out, I'll sit on the economy. If not, then I'll go. Maybe he was that's why he left his seat and he was like, oh my gosh, you know what? Thank God I have a plan B, and he just went there. Because honestly, realistically, it doesn't make sense. You can't just suddenly move seats. Can you? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, can you? It's been 15 minutes. I think it's almost done, to be honest. Actually, let me have a taste. That's a very cute spoon. Something's missing. I've got another 5 minutes left to cook this. So probably, I'm gonna put a bit of gochu, a bit of spring onion, maybe a bit of salt. Right, I'm gonna taste this now again. Not bad. Oh, see, it just tastes different. Like once you boil it more. Oh mate, it's ready, innit? I want to display this as pretty as possible. Nah. This is just for deco. And voila, we got a kimchi stew. 네, 김치찌개 완성했고요. 아, 힘들다. I'm pretty hungry right now, actually. Do that. Put it on top. And would you look at that? A 7. A solid 7. Now that I've cooked it, my first time, I will put more meat. Second, the vinegar. And 3, I think A Korean food, usually there's like 3 elements that's like sweet, salty, or sour. Like 단짠, 뭐더라? 단짠? Is it just 단짠? Maybe it's just sweet and salty. But I realized I should have maybe put some sugar in it or a bit of MSG. But other than that, this is a very healthy pork kimchi stew that I made. So I would definitely give it a 7. Yeah, I would do this. I would definitely prepare this myself when I'm at home. Now that I know how to make this, and it's quite easy to make, gotta say. You just put everything in. Yeah. 맵다. Give me 1 second. So, if you enjoyed watching me cook Korean food, like this video and subscribe to Dazed Korea. And obviously, go watch my series, Season 2, EXO Kitty. It's only on Netflix, and yeah, I'll see you there.